Giving a voice to the voiceless, we share the stories behind our freedoms and the ultimate sacrifice of those who protect us all. This is Patriots Inside the Wire.
Beautiful thing to see the family and friends come together and honor his life and his service to our country.
It's great to see you guys out here. This is awesome, really.
Welcome to the Patriots Inside the Wire broadcast, hosted by Gold Star mom, Tracy Two-Step.
Hey, welcome to the show tonight at Patriots Inside the Wire with Uncle Rhino. How you doing tonight, Uncle Rhino?
Doing good, sweet girl. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good for a two-step tribe show. Sounds good to me, right? How's it going?
We making it happen. We lining them up, knocking them down, and I'm super stoked for our guest tonight.
Oh, I am too. Actually, this guest right here is literally a guest that I don't even know everything to get into except to tell you, number one, the singing, the songwriting, even the background and everything that's going on is just amazing. So I can't wait. What about you, what do you know about this guest?
I know that one of the things that I really like about her is she has humanity that, from my perspective, what I've been around and been able to glean from her, she has a humanity that rivals her talent. And so often that's not the case. So often we have people who are artificial shining things. And she's actually, to me, this young woman is a star. She's a beautiful spirit and a beautiful heart. And I think she's going to bring as much or more to the music and the music world as she's going to be able to take home from it. I think she's a real contributor, and I'm proud to have her with us.
I am too, right, on Two-Step Tribe. So as you can see, her face and her name is all over right here. If you pay attention here too. Right now, it is Billie Jo Jones. Billie Jo Jones is with us out of Texas. And we got to say thank you out there to all of our partners at 107.5 The Swamp, T3R. Coming up, we've got a lot going on with T3R, Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, Music Row Radio, True Grit Radio Station, and one and only Uncle Rhino for the Two-Step Tribe. Let's get it rolling. I say we bring up the guest. This guest is Billie Jo Jones. Welcome to the show, Billie Jo. How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing good. Talk to us. Tell us what's been happening this last week. What you can tell us.
Oh, man. There's so much that I would love to be able to talk about, but unfortunately with contracts, I cannot talk about anything really, except that I'm doing something really cool, doing something really big, and I'm going to be kind of tied up for a little bit doing it. But it's going to be worth it. So if y'all look at my website and stuff, you'll see that there's not really any shows on there. So I'm kind of going to be away for a little bit doing something, but I'm super excited about it. It's something that just kind of came up out of nowhere, and we're just going to see where it goes. So I'm excited. This is last year was a whirlwind, and I had no idea 2025 was already going to become the same thing, and I think it's worse than it was last year. Not worse, but like worse in a good way. Like it's a good kind of worse. So
you know, on top of everything you've already got going on, this little show, which is just a collective of all of us coming together, hearts first, coming together with the tribe.
Yeah.
And you have literally just been adopted. The fact that you're on here now, you have just been officially adopted, and you have got hundreds and hundreds of cousins now all over the United States. Old school established artists in Nashville, rockers in LA, hip hop people in Chicago and DC, rockers in Miami, and you hadn't met all your cousins yet, but they're going to be watching this and they're going to see you. And then they're going to be connecting with you on the socials. #tribe. Y'all let her know who you are when you send her a follow or something. You let her know who you are. And so this is a beautiful thing, girl, and we're proud to have you.
Well, thank y'all so much for having me. I appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all working with my crazy schedule right now, because I told y'all that I literally leave on Tuesday, and I don't know what I'm going to be doing or where I'm going to be. So I was like, I want to get in with y'all, especially before the T3R. So I'm glad we can make it work.
Yes, and T3R, for everybody out there, is Texas Regional Radio Report. It's a radio billboard reporting station here out of Texas, but the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards, I just love that, right? Texas Regional Radio Music Awards. It's like, do. Texas Regional Radio Music Awards is coming up. And within our show right here, we got Billie Jo that we have snagged that is playing for us tonight during what's going to be happening with T3R. But Billie Jo's very familiar with T3R, aren't you? So Billie Jo, please tell us your categories.
Okay, so this was my first year to ever be nominated for anything. So I'm super thankful and grateful for that. But I am actually up for 6 awards this year. I'm up for New Female Vocalist of the Year, Female Vocalist of the Year. My album is up for Album of the Year called Some Girls Don't Cry. I'm up for Single of the Year called Some Girls Don't Cry. Music Video of the Year, Some Girls Don't Cry. And then I'm also in there for a duo with Miss Jenny Del Lord. So I am super excited about it. Even just being nominated. I mean, I would love to win, but just being nominated is a huge honor. So I'm thankful to be in the top 5 this year.
Well, I love it. And I can't wait. I mean, this is going to be amazing. So I see you holding a guitar there, right? Every time we see anybody hugging on a guitar, we're like, yes. That's a great thing.
It's my new guitar. I have to show my new guitar off. I gotta get some dove. Get some dove. I don't know how to do this.
Have you given it a name?
No, I actually, and I know that's a thing.
Like
you're supposed to like name your guitars.
You better name that guitar. It'll turn on you. You better name it.
That guitar's the Rambling Man.
The Rambling Man. That would be cute.
Yeah, the Rambling Man, like your hat. That guitar is now your Rambling Man.
I like it.
Or you could just say Tribe. Yeah.
I like that too.
This is my Tribe guitar. This is where it is. And Billie, where did you get that guitar?
So my label actually got this guitar for me. We've been working our tail off. I've been working my tail off. And they thought that this cool thing that I'm getting ready to do deserved a new to me guitar. I technically could have had a new guitar. And this one caught my eye. I was at Corner Music Store in Nashville and walked in there, picked up, several guitars, started playing them. And this one was just hanging there. And I was like, oh man, it reminds me of, Loretta Lynn. I know she had an film, but it just reminded me of her guitar. And then it had, I love stuff like this when guitars have dings and stuff on them. I don't know. I'm obsessed with it and picked it up, and it was completely set up for me, like perfectly. So I was like, man, this is it. And it just sounded so good. So
I like it.
Gibson makes such a good instrument. I have a guild that I lean on a lot. One of the original guilds. It's a JF30. And those that like yours, that Gibson, a lot of folks don't. It's got such a deep body, soulful mid-range and bottom end on it. And the cool thing is, if you get one that's older with the life scars like you're talking about, that guitar is going to have a better sonic quality than anything that just came off, because over the years when people have played it, those vibrations, the sonic frequencies of you sitting there playing it, the vibrations, it's kind of like the braces inside settle. So it actually begins to like just love. I mean, it just folds and seamless. Everything settles in when it's older like that one, and it ages. You got a far superior instrument right there. For music, you got a far superior instrument than anything with a flashy lacquer paint job on it. straight off of the line. You made out like a bandit with that. Good job.
I love it. It's almost as old as I am. But they made 100 of these, and I have number 68 out of 100. It's a 94.
Oh, wow.
So I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty.
This one is about 40 years old. And this old girl is a monster.
Oh, that is.
She'll jump in there and pick a fight in a minute. This one has been in a lot of famous studio sessions up there in Nashville.
I love it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And she's got some dings hurt. This girl and your girl can sit over on their respective stands and trade war stories, probably.
They probably can. There's several on this thing. Not too bad, but
that's when you know it's good. So Billie Jo, do you prefer to go by Billie Jo?
Yes.
Okay. And please shout out your website for your merchandise and your songs and everything out there for everyone to hear for us.
Okay. I actually just got my website upgraded. I'm super excited about it. So my website is BillieJoJones.com. It's BillieJo Jones.com. You can find my tour schedule, a bio, pictures, videos, links to anything that you want to go to. We don't have merch up quite yet, but we are getting that done as soon as possible. And then I'll have some new merch that we're working on as well. So
nice.
I'm excited.
All right. Yeah. BillieJoJones.com. That's Billie, BillieJoJones.com. BillieJoJones.com. And the reason I'm doing this is because remember, we are radio and a broadcast and a podcast. So those that won't be watching us need to understand my countryness in my voice.
Same.
Right? And
yeah.
then
I don't think you sound country at all. If anybody starts teasing you that you country, I'm gonna start talking. I'll make you sound like downtown Yonkers, New York, if I get spun up.
Well, it'll come out. There are certain times that when it comes out, it's like, like either it's a good or bad thing. So, yeah, it's one of those deals where it's like, or okay, it's a happy time or it's a really bad time. So it comes out. Trust me, it comes running between Nashville and Texas. So, I don't know. I think being in the business, like you have been, Uncle Rhino, like for a very long time. You're a trailblazer there with everything you've got that you've done, and then mine is a very small bit out there. But, I realized really quick that I needed to adapt my voice to whatever it is I'm doing. So I'm not changing it right now for anyone out there. I'm not even doing the little radio bit, any of that. Like on Tribe, it's about as real as it gets. It's very organic, and I love that. I love that part.
When I start getting upset about something, everybody knows I'm from East Texas. And then when I start cussing, they know that I'm real close to the Louisiana line. So that's how that works. I just get to cussing, and they like, dang, that boy right up over there by Shreveport somewhere. Yeah, they can tell that getting spun up. Yeah.
I hear that now.
Tracy always says so proper. She's between the two of us. She's like, yes, you were so angelic. And then I come through going, la, 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 la. So that's our yin and yang kind of thing we got going on.
Well, I don't know about that, but okay. I'll take it.
You proper. You so proper. I mean, you make me try to be better. And it's like the hardest 2 minutes of my life. And then I give up and go back to what I've been doing.
Hardest 2 minutes. I don't know about that, y'all. I'm just real. That's about all I can say about me is I'm just me. But Billie, Billie Jo, listen, here's what I do know. You have an amazing, your grandparents behind you. Oh my God. They are so adorable. So adorable. So I want to shout out to them. Of course, your whole family is just amazing. So, and I know that they're 100% behind you and just, I have loved being in the background and nobody really knowing when you're in radio, or you hide what you're doing in music because you got out for a while. Uncle and I both kind of stepped out for a little bit for different reasons, but along the same lines. Just watching what's going on, I was like, oh my goodness, your grandparents are so amazing. So I had to do a shout out to them.
Yeah. Can you tell us your grandmother and grandfather's first name?
Yeah, I was actually named after my grandma. So my grandma's name is Billie Jo. And then my grandpa's name is Richard. And Richard they are, and Billie Jo. Yeah, they're 90 and 86 years old. They live about 30 minutes down the road from me, and they try to come to every single show that they possibly can. So you still see them at shows. And it's funny now because people, will come to my shows and they'll specifically go and like look for my grandparents, and they'll go up to my grandparents and be like, you don't know me, but we just love y'all and follow y'all on social media. And they kind of have fans now of their own, which has been really cool. So it's really sweet to see.
They are amazing, good people. The
reason I asked Billy is because I was raised by my grandparents. Mm-hmm. And so I got a vibe of the closeness when you and I were talking, and I said we crisscrossed at the awards show, but with me being out of pocket and you being on the rise while I was away, there wasn't the facial recognition there. There was, you were doing, and you had a lot going on that you were doing, mm-hmm. and I was coming in and reacclimating and meeting all the new faces. And so I came back, but I crisscrossed, and that was one of the things that I picked up on. I believe I saw your grandfather, and I thought he was there close by you, and I picked up on that in passing. And that was another thing. This is the first time she's hearing this from me, y'all. I saw that, and that was something that made me pause, because my best friend was my grandfather. Mm-hmm. He was my best friend and the primary architect of me. So if you ever feel like you get a connection like that yourself, you can spot it with other people. So I just wanted to acknowledge them and thank them for the amazing young woman that they've helped to shape and create and support, because you meet them when people meet you.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That is true. That is true. So Billie Jo's got a lot going on, literally. So you got to go to her website, BillieJoJones.com. But as we're sitting here, and Billie Jo, you're holding that beautiful Ramblin' Man Tribe guitar. What do you got in store tonight?
Well, we were talking about my grandparents, so I think I'll sing the song that I wrote for my grandma. It's pretty much my life story. For those people who don't really know anything about me, my grandparents raised me since I was 1. You already got me emotional. Thank y'all for the sweet words. I'm sitting here tearing up.
My dear, are a treasure, and we thank your grandparents for giving us a beautiful gift. So that's why I was pushing on your butt so hard to get you on here, because I wanted to share you. We wanted to share you with everyone who's part of our tribe. We wanted them to meet you, and you're going to be meeting them after tonight. Just say, you're amazing. Aww. So you go ahead and get yourself sorted, kid, because we got rocking and rolling to do.
Well, this song I wrote for my grandma. Well, my grandparents, but it's really for my grandma because they raised me since I was 1. My dad was a truck driver, so he was gone on the road all the time. But he did teach me how to play the guitar and stuff. He was still a big part of my life, but he knew the best thing was for my grandparents to raise me. And my mom was and still is a drug addict to this day. So I've only seen her 3 times my whole life. So that's the reason my grandparents got me. And they're now 90 and 86 years old. And I finally, let go of a lot of hurt and anger that I was holding on to a couple of years ago now. And this song made my album that I released back in August. And this song is called She Did. So this is a song from my grandma.
Yes, ma'am. This one's for you, Billie Jo.
I felt the pain from you leaving. I prayed one day you'd choose me over your demons. I remember looking out my window, waiting for you to show, but you never did. You made a choice to get high when you were feeling low. You made a choice to never watch me grow. You chose that life without me in it. You chose not to love me, but she did. She did. She didn't give me life, but then again, she did. She's the one that made me who I am. She picked me up when I couldn't stand. That's what she did. Oh, she did. She made a choice to not get high when she was feeling low. She made a choice to stay and watch me grow. She chose this life with me in it. She chose to love me. That's what she did. Now my kids are growing up and time is slipping away. But I can honestly say I made a choice to not get high when I was feeling low. I made a choice to stay and watch them grow. I chose this life with them in it. I chose to love them like she did. Like he did. Ooh, like they did. Like she did.
Woo, woo. Killed it, girl.
Wow.
Can I tell you something, Billy, listening to that? You literally, I think that attaches, it's not just the semantics, but see, when we hear your lyrics, we hear what's going on in your mind. When I hear the instrumentation, that tells me your emotions. But when you sing, that's when we hear your spirit. Okay. And so listening to you, I had the same thing. It was your mother. For me, it was my father. And the cool thing that, I had, and for years I battled, and I got a lot of years on you, kiddo, but a lot of the things that I battled with was anger, frustration, resentment, blah, 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 because of how we think it's supposed to be. Well, some tigers are born with spots. They're just a big leopard. They don't know how to be a tiger. Okay, it's just, and we keep wanting them to be what we think they're supposed to be, but they just won't ever be. And so after the first time, they don't grow the spots into stripes. It's really shame on us. Even as a kid, you can't explain that to a kid. But in the divine architecture of things, I chose to believe that that's why you had such an amazing powerhouse of grandparents. I feel like you hit the lottery just like I did with love and incredible, and for both of them. Both sets, I bet you, they feel like we got a chance to do it again and get it right. and
Yeah.
do some things a little different. And so we talked about this earlier, Tracy and I, with another friend, not every ripple becomes a tsunami, but every tsunami starts with a ripple. Okay.
Mhm.
And when they change that degree, they got to get it right on this one. And you are a better mama. You're a better person. Your grandparent, and I can tell everybody from the time I've been around Billie and talked to Billie, her grandparents created an incredible human being who was built to be better than the world deserves, but exactly what it needs. That's what kind of job her grandparents did. And so I was on the same kind of trajectory with my architects that built me. So I would say, looking at you and how you are with your amazing, beautiful kids, okay, that's because your grandparents got it right. They got a chance to get it right. So everything that is going from now on, you're a better, on so many levels, human being, because you have the ability to now to navigate things that so many other people just will never have the tools for. So
Right. And Uncle Rhino, it's very rare that I'm speechless, literally. Well, I mean, I can be, but not around music. So something that I talk openly about is that both of mine were heavy duty addicts. And so I just had a show where someone spoke out loud about it. And I was like, thank you, because this is something that has been part of my life that I was born into. And the whole issue was that from generation to generation, I just wanted to grow up and change it. I was like, when I get bigger, I'm going to make sure that me and with my kids that I stop this mess, and we're going to make sure that everybody's going to do the right thing. So it's like the black sheep kept finding the black sheep, and it was like, somebody's got to stop this. So it's sort of the reason on how I also know and have in my family different people that are actually pretty large in the music industry. I'm not saying they were drug addicts. What I'm saying is I have been around that world because my biological, I don't usually say parents, and I won't say what I normally say because I don't want to be rude, but I am being very nice. Trust me. I'll say it. I say biological donors. That's what I say because
I was going to say, are you going to say egg donor? Because that's what my dad used to. My dad used
really?
to say.
That's what I was going to say, and I said it. Yes, that's what I always say. So I was like, I knew there was something like drawing me to you, and I was like, oh no, she's not going to go there. Is she? Yeah, you did, and I love that you do. I love that you're honest and like it's in me, and I've never been able to be quiet about it. It's like one of those things. I was like, I'm going to knock this sucker out. If by the end of this, I'm going to make sure that nobody else in my line has to deal with this. So I know that song. You almost got me. Like I was quiet sitting there going, you can do this, Tracy. Just keep on. But that looking out the window, like waiting, you know, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's literally waiting to see, are they going to choose to give up the drugs and finally come be a parent? Or are they just going to, you know, I'm just waiting. I'm sitting here waiting. And then you have someone, and she did. And so I have a foster mama, and thank God she did. She found me. So, man, you just got me with that, with that song and threw me off. I love it. And you've got two more too that are just all over the charts right now with everything going on, especially not just Texas, but yes, in Texas. So we have to represent, you know, our Texas people want to keep Texas all to itself.
But we can't. We can't though. I keep cutting fences because there wouldn't be a Texas if we didn't bring in Tennessee, and if we hadn't have brought in the Carolinas and Alabama and Georgia. So there ain't no point in putting a fence up now. We like to keep all of our brothers and sisters coming in. And now I have been guilty of, been accused a couple of times of trying to expand the border of Texas all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. I've done that a couple of times when nobody was looking. You know, I'll spread the border all the way. I keep hitting Vegas and getting distracted, so I've never made it all the way to California, but I have gone all the way to the Atlantic with the Texas border. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. And so, Billie, do you want to go into one of your other songs, or what would you like to do, Uncle Rhino?
I think that would be awesome. I want Billie to pop as much as she wants to play. I do want to say on the last topic before we put a pin in it, from my standpoint, and I feel like if you're not there, you will be there. and the same thing with Tracy, our biologicals that you referenced. My heart breaks for them more than anyone else, because they probably don't even realize that the greatest thing that they'll ever happen in their lives, they missed in the only life they'll ever going to live. And to me, that's the biggest tragic thing. As much as I hurt for children as a daddy, and that's the greatest gift of my life. Divine is my beautiful, amazing kiddo. Mm-hmm. And I tell you, and I know that's how Tracy feels about her 2 boys. I'm pretty sure that's how Billie Jo feels about her babies. And I tell you, man, I can't imagine. I wouldn't be able to function knowing that I missed all of this, and I didn't have the honor of spending every minute I could with them. I battle with it now. I'm mad now sometimes because I don't get enough time. I'm going to go bother her later when we get done. But yeah.
Tell Emma it's not my fault. Emma is his daughter. So Uncle Rhino. And so Billie Jo here out of Texas, you got a lot coming up. You're going to be in and out of Texas. You're going to be playing right now. Your schedule's a little blocked off, as we know, but we've got a lot coming up. You know, your first nominations, multiple categories going on with Texas Regional Radio, the Music Awards show. You are attending for your music awards, right?
Mm-hmm. And as of right now, yes. Okay. So, and I'm supposed to be performing as well at the award show.
Right.
So we are definitely going to move heaven and earth to make it happen. It's going to be a little tricky, but we have a plan. So we're gonna make it work, even if I am rolling in there the day of and literally have to fly right back out right after the show. We may have to do that. So we are definitely going to make it happen, because I do not want to miss that. I'm so excited for what I'm doing, but I'm even more excited about that award show and being there with Dave and everyone. Like I don't want to miss it. I wouldn't miss it for the world. So
this is for your grandparents. They need to be able to get to see it. Show me one time, show me your rock star face you're going to make when you get one time. Show me what you're going to do.
Oh God, I am not good at that. My best friend, she's usually in here watching me. She watches my kids, and she makes fun of me because I'm all the time like trying to like do this or something, and she's like, "Do not ever do that again." She's like, "Do not." So she makes fun of me all the time.
I'm gonna have you. I got you, kiddo. We're gonna get you right. You're gonna tear it up.
It might be like a peace sign or like
either. I just do that. I'm just like this. Yeah, I just do this. Here we go. What do you got for us now, Billie Jo?
Buddy, do what?
What do you have for us now as far as music?
I'm gonna do. Debating, but I think I'm going to do a new one that is going to be on my next album. We've been in the studio recording. We did all the music to all the songs, and I actually wrote 10 of the 13 songs that will be coming out on my second album, so I'm super excited about that. But this song, I wrote this last year when I made a top 8 in the Jack Ingram Singer-Songwriter competition in Austin, Texas. And so we got to go out to a ranch and write, and it's so awesome. It's just an awesome opportunity. But I wrote this with Morgan Lee Powers, and everyone knows Miss Tranny Anderson. I wrote this with her. And this song has had a lot of different names, but I think we have finally decided on a name for the song. It's going to be called Run, Darlin', Run. So I hope you like it.
All right. Let's go. Run, darling, run.
Take it from me, she's pretty as a picture laying in your sheets right now. She's got you really flying high, you can't come down. Those flags are red as the grass is green. That drugstore Maybelline is covering up more than the freckles on her cheeks, if you ask me. Run, darling, run. If looks could kill, you're standing in front of a gun. Darling, run. Before fuse runs out, she burns you down. She twists the truth like a river through the plains of Mississippi. Take it from me, she's just lying pretty. Take it from me, smoke follows beauty, and I've got a perfect view. When she whiskey whispers she's in love with you, she'll flip a switch on a dime, break you with no warning signs or true colors, leave a good man black and blue. If I were you, I'd run, darling, run. If looks could kill, you're standing in front of a gun. Darling, run. Before fuse runs out, she burns you down. She twists the truth like a river through the plains of Mississippi. Take it from me, she's just lying pretty. I'm just sitting here pretty, waiting on you to see that girl for who she is, and that you were meant for me. Run, darling, run, straight into the arms of the right one. Darling, you better run, darling, run. Looks could kill, you're standing in front of a gun. Darling, run. Before fuse runs out, she burns you down. Twist the truth like a river through the plains of Mississippi. Take it from me, she's just lying pretty. Take it from me.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one, baby girl.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's one of those 3 fingers neat little Kentucky bourbon sitting by the fireplace. That's what that one is. Might be a little cold outside. Yeah.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
it's a little chilly be outside here.
Or it could be coffee on a cool morning sitting on the back porch and you got a window up just listening to the music coming in. That's super chill. Yep, I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us, so from a writing standpoint, so was this the first time for you to basically sit down and have this much of a hand in becoming the primary architect of your project via the songs and the messages within each one? Is this the first time for you?
Pretty much. I really, focused a lot last year on writing and trying to get better at writing. Writing really it doesn't come easy for me. I didn't even pick up, writing a song until I was probably 25 years old. And over the past couple of years, it's kind of gotten a little bit easier whenever I do it. And whenever I made it into the Jacking Room songwriter competition, it was my second year in a row to make top 8 out of, the hundreds of songs that are submitted each year. And I went in there and I had this idea. I had Line Pretty. I had the melody going. I had, the first verse or, like a couple of lines of the first verse already done. And I showed Morgan and we started writing this song. And then here comes Tranny. She walked up and she's like, "Oh, I like this. Can I write this with y'all?" And we're like, "Yeah, please sit down and write this with us." So it was awesome. It's a really cool experience to see something that, an idea that you have like come to life and really, really blossom. So it's cool.
You're going to make some of your greatest friendships. I had a publisher friend of mine who I door. I think she's very smart. She's exactly right about it. You really become a writer by teaching yourself. You get all these people who go, well, I've got a book, I've got a tape or whatever. That's stupid. That's not true. You're going to teach yourself how to be a master writer in a way that's only you can say it. And so everybody that I mentor and work with, you know, through the Springboard Music Festival and all the other entities, I'm working with about 80 to 90 independent artists right now that I'm working with and collabing and writing and producing. And the thing is with these guys, I teach them. I can't take somebody who's not a writer and teach you how to be a writer, but I can see the writer that's in you. And now I'm going to teach you how to teach that person how to become epic. And so when you become the best version of yourself, there ain't nothing I can contribute because you bring in the whole party. Right. And so for me, you don't really have a lot to say. You think you do. You can be witty and of the times and contemporary at 25, and you become meaningful at 30. And at 35, you start becoming insightful, meaningful, and contemporary. And it's like, I'm at the age now, I didn't think anybody would want to hear anything I got to say, but every now and then between all the BS, something insightful accidentally falls out sideways. And so, you know, it turns out to be good. Your stuff, you've got a lot of stuff in there that you're doing that is very old soul and insightful. And when off channel, when we're visiting about it, because I had the great honor to write with the masters who took time to write with me, Harlan Howard, Don Schlitz, who wrote The Gambler. He signed me to my first publishing deal. And I mean, all these guys like that who were titans to me, they gave me their time, which is the most precious thing they had to give. So that's why I thoroughly enjoy hanging out with you guys and watching you shine, watching you blast off. That part of it's being a dad and part of it's getting to see back. I like for you to realize stuff that you thought you imagined what it was going to be like. You thought you imagined what that phone call to grandma and grandpa was going to be like when you tell them there's something and y'all are boohooing on the phone. That's epic. That's priceless. And I'm proud of you and I'm excited for you because you are right in the middle of all the glorious, beautiful stuff right now. Super stoked.
Thank you.
Tell us this year from this time in 2024 to right now, get from just your perspective to people who are wanting to get where you are, or even people who have no desire to follow music, but they're always curious, you know, because TV and film is not accurate to what the realistic experiences are and the grind that it takes to get there. So from what you thought this would be like to what you actually saw it manifest and become, tell the listeners how you've learned the difference between how they sling it up in an hour and a half on a movie versus what reality is all about.
Oh man, that's a tough one. Because I've been doing this music thing for a while, a long time. And it's crazy that people are like, oh, this girl she's just blowing up, you know, she's just coming out of nowhere. And I'm like, no, I've been doing this. My band's played with me for 11 years. I've, you know, been singing since I was 4 or 5 years old for my grandparents. It's one of those things that it takes hard work. Like I wasn't a TikTok overnight sensation or, you know, whatever. I really hate TikTok. I probably shouldn't say that, but I'm supposed to be doing more of TikTok. So if you see me doing that,
you say whatever you want to, baby. We don't mess with folks. So you say what you want to.
But it's one of those things that the movies and the media and social media and everything that you see is not how it is. You don't get to see the blood, sweat, and tears behind what you do, and the tears of myself crying myself to sleep sometimes. Not recently, but you know, in the process of getting where I am right now, it's taken a lot. It takes a lot out of you emotionally, physically, mentally, and then throw in the fact that I have kiddos. I'm a mama, and I try to be everywhere at once and be where I need to be, you know, all the time. it took a lot of hard work to get where I am, and I'm still not done. I feel like I'm just getting started, even though I've been doing this for 11 years. I feel like I'm just now where I want to be. And I feel like we're just getting started. We've got a really great team behind me right now, and it's been incredible. And people keep telling me, slow down and enjoy the ride. And I'm like, I don't have time. Like, I don't have time to slow down and enjoy the ride, but I've been trying to make time. I've been trying to make myself really soak in these moments, awards or pop-up appearances. And I got to do the Opry with Lee Greenwood last year, and working on I get to play the Ryman for a Susan G. Komen event later on in March with Trisha Yearwood, Keith Urban, Lainey Wilson, Terry Clark. And it's one of those moments that it's like, man, I can't believe that's actually happening. But I don't know. I guess I would just have to say, to anyone that's out there watching my story, and there's a lot of people that have been following me from the beginning, and they know that I've put in the work. I book my own shows. I play 140 shows a year, play full band, acoustic, whatever. It takes hard work and perseverance and to never give up. And that's what I want to teach my kids. Luckily, none of them want to be in music at all as of right now, which I think, is great, because I know what I've been through and what I'm going through. And I love it. And I love my life. I love what I do, but I want them to pick something a little easier, I think, to do. But I just want them to follow their dreams no matter what it is. And I'm going to keep grinding and keep knocking down doors and going around the no's that I've been told to get that one yes. So that's what I'm going to keep doing.
When they tell you no, that doesn't mean you can't do it. That just means you can't do it with them. And everybody wants a peach. Everybody wants a peach, but a peach doesn't grow on the trunk. If you want it, it's out on a limb. And so the thing is you talking about the pain and the hurt, but birth is always painful. So must be rebirth. And when a caterpillar becomes a chrysalis, did the caterpillar die, or did it just get reborn without having to die? And then when the chrysalis comes to an end, did it die, or did it just get reborn into something that now is not trapped on the ground anymore? It has a much wider reach now. And so that's the pain. But those transformations and those stages in your life, the one thing that's going to make you better, two things. It's going to be your family that you've made yourself, and your grandparents, your roots, because those two, you've got roots and wings now. See? And that's what's going to make you epic. So when I know Urban, I know Clark, and who'd you say the third one was at the Ryman?
Trisha Yearwood, and then Lainey Wilson.
Yeah. I've not met Lainey and I've not met Trisha, but I know the first two. And I tell you, all four of them, they don't know yet, but so they'll meet you, but they're going to be as excited as you are right now. They're going to be that excited, especially Lainey. She's going to be excited the second time y'all get to play together, because they're going to get to meet you on the first time. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell them Mom said so. Mm-hmm.
I will. That's awesome.
Talk to me, Tracy. Tell me what we're doing.
I was going to say that y'all brushed past something that I can't brush past, because when I grew up in Nashville, crawling all around, that iconic circle that you stood on at the Opry used to be at the real Grand Ole Opry, where you had Elvis and Johnny Cash and everybody in that room. And I remember crawling around as a little baby, like, because I've already told my story here that I grew up by people who chose drugs and alcohol over raising their kids. So I ended up around entertainers all the time and crawling around on that iconic room. And then the alley between there is Tootsie's. Like, to me, that's like home. I love it. And then they took the circle that you stood on at the Opry now, and that's the exact same piece of wood that was at the actual house.
At the Ryman.
Yeah, at the old Ryman. Yeah, but that alley is magical. Like, for me, it is. But just out of like nostalgia, like, go in that little alley and watch the back door to Tootsie's and the back door to where the Opry used to be, and like, that's just magic. I love it. Like, it's bringing back all these memories. It's beautiful.
The rhyming, Billy, the rhyming butts up to Tootsie's like Tracy's saying.
Yeah.
And back in the
Uh-huh.
day, you just get up. I mean, in the old days before our time, before you had Hank Sr. and Hank Snow and all those guys, they'd get up there and they'd do Little Jimmy Dickens. All those guys would get up and they would do like one or two songs, and then they'd be done until the next round of songs came up. And I think they played like 3 or 4 rounds of songs, but each time you'd catch a break and you wouldn't have to go back on stage for like an hour or something, right? You'd do 2 songs because they had these shows put together. Well, Hank Sr. used to slip out the back door of the rhyming, and he'd go in the back door at Tootsie's, and he'd start drinking as fast as he could. And right before he'd have to go on, Little Jimmy Dickens, they had all their spangly stuff and everything. They'd come firing out the back of the rhyming. They'd run in the back door of Tootsie's, and they'd be dragging old drunk Hank back over, and he had autopilot, so he could be drinking all he needed to. But as soon as the light hit him and the mic was in front of him, he'd straighten right up and he'd go right into "I'm so lonesome I could cry" without missing a beat.
Oh my gosh.
That's what Tracy's talking about.
It is iconic. Like anytime I go back, I immediately go to one area. Tootsie's is one of the only places still where the original owners have it there on Broadway. So, and the people that actually own it, without giving too much away, I'll tell you that they are people who do stick out their hands when they notice, like, why are little kids out here that don't have, the parents are more worried about where they're getting their next something rather than taking care of kids. Yeah. You'd be amazed at the stories I could tell you that I won't, because we're with a lot of people that are going to be paying attention to this, but it would shock a lot of people on the people and who they are that literally like stuck out their hands and were like, come on, like, let's bring this kid with us. So just being that kid and then like watching all of that. And I didn't, not realizing it then, you're a kid, you're just like, oh, well, thank you. Like, this is like a warm room and this is like a nice person. And, nowadays thinking, I think back and I'm like, holy cow, I cannot believe, like, I would not let my own child. I'd be like, you can't get in strangers, blah, 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 blah. But I guess on social media, you mentioned social media, I always laugh because I'm like, my own kid, he's got an old soul. He's named Cash after Johnny Cash for a reason. Like, I'm always like, don't do the social media thing. I mean, he's an old soul, so he really doesn't. But I'm like, he's like, Mom, like, everybody puts, oh, I'm leaving my house, I'll be here at this time. So it's like back in the day, it's like, oh, perfect house to go take advantage of and rob. It's like, or that's, I have to think a different way. The way that I grew up was like different. So it's like, I get it. It's like, yeah, it is really not smart. He's right. I'm like, my own 15-year-old is telling me the same things. I'm like, I am blessed because God knew what he was doing when it was like, here, I'm going to give this one to you because he's an old soul. And I'm like, thank you. So, but Tootsie still has the original owners. So for now, so I'm hoping that the family keeps it and does not sell that off like a lot of the areas there on Broadway. But y'all are talking about home. So I'm in Texas now, but I grew up there, and you'd be really, really amazed at the people that are, well, you'd be amazed at the ones that are jerks, but you'd really be amazed at how people just stick out their hands and go, you know what, come on, let's go take care of the people. So, and that's what the show's about, taking care of people and good people. So that's what Patriots are. And as far as you, I keep staring, this T3R is behind you nonstop for the awards. So are you going to prepare a speech or are you just going to wing it?
Oh, gosh. My label will probably tell me to prepare a speech. But it's kind of like me with making set lists for my shows. You can ask my band. They think it's a fun game that if I even make a set list, how long will it be until I skip around or I change the whole set list in the middle of the show? Because I love to do that because I like to see what the crowd wants or what the crowd likes, and I play off of them. And my band just loves it when I do that. So I I honestly, I don't know. I don't do very well with, I can memorize, song lyrics or whatever. And I'm, can hear a song 2 times and I've got it, I'm good. But when it comes to like remembering a speech or something, I don't know how well I would do without like having to read that. So I'll probably just wing it. Knowing me, I don't know. And I'm also a believer of like, I don't want to jinx it. Like if I already have a speech written out, then it's not going to happen. I don't know. Like it's a weird thing that I do, I guess. So
no,
You take all highs and take all lows as they come, and you keep walking just the same, and it's like whatever you encounter, you're going to beat it because you're your grandparents' child. So you've got all the tools. You're going to tackle it and go through whatever comes at you, and however you celebrate it, you're going to be a great representative of who and where you're from. And so you're going to be just fine with whatever may happen.
Thank
You sure are. I have to ask you because everyone will get me if I don't do this. So some girls don't cry. Okay, where did this one come from? And then we cannot forget, whose tequila are you drinking? I have to know where those 2 came from.
Well, I didn't write either one of those. Those were written by Lynn Snow. He's the owner of Get Joe Records, the label that I'm on. And I'm telling you right now, when I heard Some Girls Don't Cry for the first time, I was like, okay, this is cool. This is a women's anthem powerhouse song.
I love it.
And so when I recorded it, we put it out. It's one of those songs that I had a lady on Instagram reach out to me, and she said, I just want you to know I'm a happily married woman, but I'm screaming this song at the top of my lungs, like she's just pretending like her man dumped her, I guess. And she just was like, some girls don't cry. So I thought that was pretty funny that, happily married women are screaming my song as well. So it's so fun. That's one of my favorite songs to perform, with my band. That's one of my favorite songs. And it's the title of my album that came out. And it's just a great song. It's so
I love it. Are you able to play that one, or do you want to do Who's Tequila?
I'd probably rather Some Girls Don't Cry. I'd probably rather play that one.
That's the anthem right there.
I love the lady that said she had to start it with I'm a happily married woman, but that's like there ain't nothing more Texas than that. That's like mom smokes in the car, Jesus don't care, but don't tell dad. That's one of those kind of deals, That is so Texas. I'm digging it.
That's funny. I love it. I love it. And it is Some Girls Don't Cry by Billie Jo Jones. And again, we should shout that out because Get Joe has been behind Billie Jo for a really long time now. So shout out to them too. Got to give them
great writer. Great writers on that stuff too. Kudos to what's his name? You said, Billy?
His name's Lynn Snow. And the first album that I put out, he pretty much wrote every song on that album except for 2. And now we write really, really well together. So we've co-written, I think probably 9 out of the 13, I think, on the next album. So he's a very, very good writer. So shout out to them.
Absolutely. Big shout.
Some Girls Don't Cry.
I packed a suitcase for the weekend. You won't find me around. I might be headed out to Reno. All I know is I'm getting out of town. One door closes, another opens wide. Some girls don't cry. You thought you hurt me, you thought you got me good. Then you thought I'd take it back. Promise my daddy taught me what I'm worth, and no boy can put a price tag on that. Some girls worry and it's that type of guy. Some girls don't cry. I've got champagne, here's a number pain. I'm going dancing tonight. I think you finally done me right. Some girls don't cry. Guess you're wondering I'm doing real good. You cheated and you lied just like your mama said you would. I find it funny that you can't figure out what some girls don't cry. Off that champagne, here's a number pain. I'm going dancing tonight. All my girlfriends, the whole damn weekend. I think you finally done me right. Break out that champagne. Here comes my limousine. I'm going dancing tonight. All my girlfriends, hand me my Ray-Bans. I think my future's looking bright. Some girls don't cry. Oh, I hate to bust your bubble. Some girls don't
Ooh, yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. That one is like the anthem. Like, some girls don't cry, but it's okay if we do.
Yeah. Amen.
When you sing it though, when you're singing it, you're having so much fun, and it translates to your voice. That performance of you on that song, the other one is super sweet and moving down to the tectonic level, but this one right here was just pure joy when you sing. That's probably, I don't know, a tomato, potato. I don't know. I'm just saying on this one right here, I absolutely love your voice on this one. This is that when you hit that frequency before on the other stuff that I'd heard, that was when I was sitting there listening, catching up on you after we first made contact. And that's when, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So Billie Jo, is there anything else you'd like? I've got a lot of stuff in here from you anyway. I've got Who's Tequila, so I can play that at some point. I do have to do a shout out here in a little bit, but as far as wrapping up, and heading out of Texas and taking care of business, I feel like I'm writing a song right now, literally.
Can you write this down? we need to write this down.
Yeah. Well, Uncle will tell you, I've got about 979 songs like that. I sit and write nonstop, and he's like, "Stop, you got too many." So,
well, we have to. If we take a bite of 5 songs at a time, we can bite, chew, swallow, take a breath, and then repeat the previous process. But if we try to eat the whole foot-long sandwich in one breath, we're going to choke and waste a good sandwich. So I'm just saying, you got to.
I have one speed, and it's like that. So he's telling me, like, slow down. I just can't help it. It's like therapeutic for me. So I'm like I'm on the opposite end. Yeah, I'm on the opposite end. I'm just like writing, and it's just coming out. So
it's really good stuff. It's really solid in the stuff, and it's pure joy. And there's not enough of that in the world. So you don't ever want to tell somebody to slow that down. You're just like, hold on just a second before you blow the sides out of it. Just hold on. And it's like, Tracy, when it comes to we're going over material for stuff that we're putting, because I have some publishing companies and stuff. So when we're talking about putting these together, Tracy's like, here, I want you to take a sip of this. And she points the fire hose at your mouth and pulls the ball, and I'm like trying to take a little sip with a silly straw out of a fire hose. You know what I'm saying? And every time you try to do that, there goes the fire hose. There it goes again. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Love it.
Just sitting here talking with you, like I already have the other song in my head that I'm not going to be able to go to sleep until I write it. Like literally, it's like something will happen, and that's just
gotta give 20% to Billie Jo. For inspiration.
No, we should tell her like one of our funny ones right now. So I was like trying to be like in a comedic mood too. So bring your own gringo, BYO.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I need
That's
to
money.
laugh. Sometimes, yeah, we got a few going on. So they're always like, pump the brakes, Tracy. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I got one speed, and that means
Fire hose.
See?
Yeah. Fire hose.
No, I love it. So, and whose
People
tequila are you drinking?
People had
That's
no
the
idea what I was. People had no idea what I was talking about. It was from the fire hose, but I started yelling safe word pork and beans, safe word pork and beans. People walking by would be panicked, like, wait, what? What's no pork and beans? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So this safe word. All right. So I have a question. Whose tequila are you drinking?
Nobody's tequila. And my label tells me all the time, you can't be saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I just need to. I guess I need to try like a really good tequila, because I think I got ruined on some really bad tequila in 2014, and I still remember it, and I haven't been able to touch it since 2014. So I just need to find a really good tequila, and maybe then I'll drink somebody's tequila.
Yeah,
and that's why you got a ump. So I'll give you a menu.
I do have
a menu. I might try something.
I have a question. Like, what is the good tequila? Is it
anytime like there's I don't want to say the brand name on here. I don't want to say the brand name, but I actually I've got some that are just like, and they're not too much. So it's a sweet, you get to be a baller on a budget, right? So, and I have some dear friends of mine that make their own craft tequilas, and I'm not a cactus whiskey guy. Okay. I was bourbon, and I was good wine with a meal, and bourbon and whiskey, good Irish whiskey, Kentucky bourbon, and Shinerbach beer. That was my jam. Right. And so that was my Texas roots showing up. And, but the thing is with tequila, I'm like you. When I was younger and we were rowdy and cutting up, I got into some of that. I got into some of that. I'm trying to think what you would call it. The tequila, it was like Jesuit. We'll call it Jesuit tequila because I had an exorcism shortly after, right? And so, see, Billie Jo didn't even want to laugh at that. She's like, sorry, apologies.
I laugh at that, but I know exactly what you mean.
Mm-hmm. I think it was reported that I floated around a little bit while I spoke in Aramaic, but ever since then, I got rid of all that, and I kind of kicked that to the curb before it ever became a habit.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not a normal, like, regular drink. I think it's because of what I grew up around, and people that, had me were heavily duty, not just drinking, but, addicts. But I do, like, if I'm somewhere, like when we go to the music awards or whatever, I'll have my drinks, but I have mine in honor of my kids. So I never know, like, what either. I'm always just like, I'm not the person you should ask what to drink, but mine is going to be a Vegas bomb in honor of Two Step. That's what he liked. So that's what I'm going to have. So I'm the wrong girl to ask about that part.
I'll have what she had.
I'm going to do a Vegas bomb. That's what I'm going to have. Yeah.
I'm Scott Irish, and I'm kind of big. So I'll probably have 42 Vegas bombs, but that's, it's not me. It's my DNA. About number 12, you start hearing bagpipes real distant on the wind. It's a thing. Is what it is. Billie Jo don't want to laugh. She don't know. She's trying to be so good, Tracy. She's trying to be a good influence. Yeah.
I know my grandparents will be seeing this.
I think I like the honesty. Like, that's me too. And I think I get it. Like, the backgrounds that we have, like, I just am a truth teller. It's like, man, like, somebody may want me to say something, but it's just never going to happen. I'm going to end up, here it is. This is how it is. Like, they're going to want me to say this, but Yeah, no, I don't. I don't know which tequila I'd want because I don't like it because I had a bad experience.
Yeah, my label's like, we're never going to get a tequila sponsor if you keep saying that you don't like tequila. I was like, well, crap.
Let's visit on a back channel, and I'll give you 5 options, and we can go through.
Okay,
And because like I said at the Grammys, when I first came back out of retirement, we got flown out to the Grammys by a hip hop icon that was a friend and co-writer with me, and he flew me out to meet everyone in his camp. And we were at one of the after parties, and some people came to me with a craft tequila. I've never had tequila that was almost like a Bacardi or something. It was it was more like a rum than it was a tequila, but it was straight up tequila. I had to even look at that, and I thought they mislabeled the bottle, but they didn't. And I'll go back and try to do some looking. But that's one but that's a little bit exclusive, but I could still figure out something, work out something for you guys. But I found there's some others that you can find readily available, but it's just a different grade. You know, it's not the ones that we came up with in school where we got off into that may or may not have had a yellow label on it or something. You know, that's the one that would make you go to the Aramaic. You know, we ain't trying to be all Aramaic up in here. Yeah.
No.
No, I love it. So, as we are here, we have to do a shout out right now to 107.5 The Swamp for taking care of us on multiple stations. Again, 107.5 The Swamp saying thank you. Thank you, Uncle Rhino. Thank you to True Grit Radio, Music Row Radio, and our friends and family and partners out there with Tribe. So I'm not going to list everybody. And the only reason is because I'm going to forget somebody. And then, so I don't want to forget anybody, but I do like what you said, though. I was paying attention, like switching up your list based on what's going on with the audience. That right there is really smart, but I bet your band just loves you for
yes.
Out.
Love is a strong word for that. They're like, oh, you get a set list today?
Yeah. Well, some girls.
No, that's a veteran move. That's a veteran move. See, and one of the things that in Texas you have honky tonks and dance halls that almost withered away, except for places like Texas, which is still a stronghold for them. So the kicker that a lot of people don't realize is once you leave Texas and get further away, there's fewer and fewer bars that supported live music, except for the southeastern United States. So many places don't support live music. So most of the artists that we have now, there's such a huge crop that came about from only social media. They are maybe playing around in a garage band or something, but they never learned that connection that Billy's talking about. You know, with the actual crowd and the audience, keeping a pulse, you know, keeping their temperature, constantly feeding back and getting the weather of the crowd. They want to slow dance. They want to keep honky tonking and flowing around the floor. They want to line dance, whatever it is. That's a veteran move when you and your band both have grown together so tight that you guys are able to be symbiotic. And when you catch something, because they got to be able to trust you, that's the thing. They got to truly be able to trust you. And then you got to trust that when you see something and go this way, they're going to stay underneath you and not wander off. You know, they'll be able to keep up. So that's beautiful. That you are beyond your years on that, because I had not seen that until I came back to Texas when I was gone, because so many are artificially created. You grew in the wild. But so many are artificially created. And Tracy's heard me say this, you put these new artists that are artificially made in Nashville by production companies and labels, you take those horses and you put them on the world's racetrack. And when that track goes from concrete to gravel to dirt to mud to ice to snow, those horses don't know how to adjust. Yeah. Okay, those horses go down and break a leg on live TV. Yep. And you're going to be able to shift gears. And if you do stumble, that's when you're going to shine, because everybody will come in and start rooting for you. See you stand back up, overcome whatever it was, make a thing out of it. And they're all in your pocket and they're rooting for you because you are them and they are you at that point.
Amen. I have a question too, and I'm like listening because you're preaching and I'm absorbing all of it, literally.
But she's living it. She's living it right now. That's what she's inspiring me. I need to keep my mouth shut, but she keeps touching on things that she's doing right now. That's such an example for so many of these artists, because that's why I keep bringing this stuff up, Billy, and I keep pointing it out, and then I get on my little soapbox. It's because you are a perfect example to hold up and say, okay, she's doing this, 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 and this. This, why is she doing this? Why is she doing this? You're a great example to that. Okay. Again, great job, grandparents. Okay. Great job. Okay. And then great job, Billie Jo, for listening and being the best version of yourself and being the best mama and everything else. You're applying all that to what you're doing with music. And it shows the people who believe in you, your team wrapped around you, and they're doing a great job because they're making sure that the world can see it. But I'm proud of you, kid.
I think it's amazing, every bit of this here. And as we're wrapping up on Patriots Inside the Wire Two-Step Tribe on the show here with Uncle Rhino, Billie Jo Jones. I am just Tracy Two-Step, as you can see it right there. As we're wrapping up this show, Billie Jo's got so much going on. So pay attention to what's happening at the awards. We'll see how she wings that, the words that will come out of there, and she might just be flying in and flying out, literally, with everything going on. Be sure to nudge them. You're a Texas girl, so every time I go back to anything I'm doing in Tennessee, they're always like, in a crowd, I make sure to wear my hat on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, you're from Texas, right? And I'm like, yep, I sure am. I do it on purpose, and I wear my boots and my hat on purpose. Yes. Doesn't matter where I'm going. That's what I've got on. So be sure to do that, especially on that stage. You've got to get a picture out there for sure. And as we're winding down here, is there anything you'd like to say? And you too as well, Uncle Rhino. Anything we want to throw in here out there?
I wanted Billy to get ready to close us out, but I wanted her to stick around backstage before once we wrap the show out, because I wanted to say something backstage. But so stick around, don't log out, Billy. Hang with us. But I wanted to thank everybody for watching. This young woman is a great example of what the work is. The people say platitudes all the time, but she's living it right now. The journey is the destination. The process is the payoff. The only reason mountaintops have meaning is because who climbs them with you and who's standing on the top with you. And she's living it right now with the team around her, who are obviously an excellent team. I know one of them's a damn fine writer, and they light recognizes light. You'll hear that on this show a lot. And they found each other and they're making it happen. And then their group, within what they're doing on these charts, they're going to be shining, and that's going to wake up other lights that'll be reaching out to them. So we're making the world better. We're making music better. We're proud to have Miss Billie Jo Jones. Tell us your social media again, Billie. Let's go down the list.
Yes. Yeah. So I've got my website is billiejojones.com. It's BILLIEJOJones.com. That'll get you to my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your music from. I've got a brand new album. My second album is going to be coming out in the fall. So I'm super excited about that. And I still have my vinyls somewhere. I don't know where they are. Not Zach Top. We don't need Zach Top, but I do love Zach Top. I don't know where my vinyls are, but I had some really cool vinyls. Oh, no, that's not me. That was Miranda Lambert. That was Miranda. I was going to show y'all my vinyls because they're so freaking cool, but apparently I'm not cool enough to have my own vinyl in my house. So
this is the best part of this show. It's completely unscripted, and that's what makes it amazing.
Dang it. Like, it was going to be for a second.
Well, that pink guitar, I'm sorry, but every time you move and you got that guitar, I have been like, oh my God.
I won that from Interstate Music in Nashville.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in love. Like when you moved, I was watching it earlier. Look at that pink guitar.
Oh, that's wicked. I'll turn this around. I'm a Gretsch man. I got a whole wall covered with some of the most beautiful vintage Gretsches.
Oh my goodness. I can only imagine for sure. I love it.
I don't have a pink one though.
I was like, I knew I had. Oh wait, God, I can't do this backwards thing.
Yeah.
So this is my vinyl. And it's like oh God, how do you do this? I don't know how to do this.
Yeah,
anyway,
you did it.
It's working.
I still have vinyls as well from my first album. We didn't do CDs because people just don't really buy CDs anymore. So
yeah.
But yeah, y'all can find all my stuff on my website. Check out a live show. Not really gonna be playing anywhere for a little bit. But
the Ryman.
Yes, yeah, the Ryman, the award show in Texas. We're gonna make it all happen. So
yeah.
That alley that Tracy was talking about, go to that alley between the Ryman and the Orchid Lounge. Mm-hmm. And if you want to walk in the same steps I took, you're right there close to it. You and your team, y'all go over to Printer's Alley. Tracy knows where that is.
Yep, I've been over there before.
That's where I got my first record deal playing in Printer's Alley.
Oh, so that's where you want to go.
I want you to send me a selfie of you in Printer's Alley. That would be priceless to me.
I will. I'll do that.
Not in the alley. To me, that alley is iconic. It's almost like you go. It's like a sacred place to go and just say a little prayer or whatever it is for someone else. I know what it is for me, but just like it's just this. I don't know, man. Just brings you right back to the days of everybody getting together with the vinyl and a jam, good old fashioned jam session. I just that alley and Tootsie's. I hope they don't sell off and become commercial, but. That's still there. That's still a piece that's there. And then as we wind down here in the show, I'm going to pull Uncle Rhino and I down so you can say thank you to whoever you want or thank you to the show. Thank you to Tribe real quick. Let me grab this down. Hang with us
Stick
real
around.
quick.
I will.
Yes, so here we go real quick at Patriots Inside the Wire. It's going to be Billie Jo Jones doing
Hey y'all, it's Billie Jo Jones. I just wanted to tell y'all, thank y'all so much for watching the show. Thank you, Tracy and Uncle Rhino, for having me. This has just been an absolute treat, and I'm so excited that we could make this work. So I appreciate y'all. Be sure to follow everyone here on the show, and hopefully I can come back and say hi to y'all once I can spill the beans about the cool stuff that I'm doing right now. So thank y'all for having me.
Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you so much. All right. On Patriots Inside the Wire, Two-Step Tribe. Thank you so much for being here. Uncle Rhino, another great tribe. We love the tribe. Check out patriotsinsidethewire.com. We can roll out a song, Uncle Rhino, to close out, but you get to pick. Is it going to be the one that you keep saying it needs to be? Is it going to be Flag? Which one?
Let's go out with your song that I love. There's several that are super powerful to me that you wrote. And I do have the single that's out right now, but that's not about me. It's about y'all. It's about Billie. And there's one song I want Billie to hear that I've been really proud of. That's called Raise Up Your Glass.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay. So for Uncle Rhino, we will do Raise Up Your Glass for Uncle Rhino and Billie Jo Jones right now on Patriots Inside the Wire. Shout out to 107.5 The Swamp. Uncle Rhino, here you go.
Under the stars, our voices unite. A call to the brave, standing ready to fight. In small town fields where the memories run deep, we honor the fallen, the courage we keep. Raise up your glasses, a toast to the night. For service and sacrifice, we shine a light. With boots on the ground, we're proud and we cheer. Together we stand with no room for fear. In the glow of a screen, with hope in our hearts, celebrating freedom, we'll play our parts. From football fields to the ring of a fight, we hold our heads high in this American life. Raise up your glasses, a toast to the night. For service and sacrifice, we shine a light. With boots on the ground, we're proud and we cheer. Together we stand with no room for fear. In the glow of a screen, with hope in our hearts, celebrating freedom, we'll play our parts. From football fields to the ring of a fight, we hold our heads high in this American life. Raise up your glasses, a toast to the night. For service and sacrifice, we shine a light. With boots on the ground, we're proud and we cheer. Together we stand with no room for fear. Here's to the heroes remembered in song. With every sweet note, let our spirits grow strong. In unity, laughter, we'll rise and we'll pray for freedom and honor, come what may.
There y'all have it on Patriots Inside the Wire, Two-Step Tribe. Uncle Rhino got his wish with Raise Up Your Glasses. So, Billie Jo, thank you so much for being here on the show with us. And again, this will roll out as podcast, radio, and a show. So we always like to tell everybody, remember, in a digital era, make your playlist. Like, for artists out there, you've got to make the playlist, and you're really helping your artists. So call it Tribe, call it Two-Step, call it Billie Jo, but put it on a playlist, because that is how you support your artists in a digital era of music. So, and not just music, but shows, everything that's going on today. Put that on that playlist and listen wherever you get your music or your shows. You'll find our show on every one of those accounts as well. Our music, the artists that come on, all of our tribe. Thank you from us, from Patriots Inside the Wire. Billie Jo, congratulations to you. You've got a lot coming up. I can't wait. And I know what it's like to be a mama, because I know you're thinking, I'm going to go, but my kid, I get it. So I get every bit of it. So I'm so glad that we got to get some time with you. And you really should take that hat and like make it into something for you. Like, I love it. Rambling.
I love it. Rambling man. I like it.
I love it. I love the hat. Unc, what do you have to say before we close out?
Call me and we'll ride it.
There you go.
I like it.
All right. We're going to close
We'll
out.
make it happen.
All right. Right. All right. Thank you
Billie
so
Jo
much.
Jones. Billie
That's
Jo
right.
Jones. I'm following her. You follow her. Billie Jo Jones.
Right. Billie Jo Jones. Yes. You have to follow, like, do all that in this day and age in a digital era. And Patriots Inside the Wire is all digital too. So please go, just like Billie said as well. Thank you for joining us on Patriots Inside the Wire with Billie Jo Jones, BillieJoJones.com. Uncle Rhino standing by right here. I swear you can find Uncle Rhino everywhere too. UncleRhino.com. It's pretty easy. Thank you so much tonight. Patriots Inside the Wire. We're rolling out.
Thank you for watching another episode of Patriots Inside the Wire, hosted by Gold Star Mom, Tracy Two-Step. Help us broaden our reach. Like, subscribe, and share.